is going on, Knicks fans? I'm your host, Vigo Sportstalk, host of Vigo Talks Knicks. Today, I would like to talk about our win versus the Boston Celtics. The New York Knicks beat the Boston Celtics 111-89 in a game that was pretty much over by the final 5 minutes in the fourth quarter. In a game that was very good defensively. We held the Boston Celtics to a season low, not only season low, the lowest scoring game in Joe Mazzulla's career with the Boston Celtics. Joe Mazzulla, he was hired by the Celtics after Ime Udoka, who is the current head coach for the Houston Rockets, because I don't remember what happened, but Joe was the interim head coach. They brought him in because it was late into the season. They had no choice, so they put him on the spot, and he did a outstanding job. I'll admit that he did a very great job in his first year, just being the interim head coach. He brought him to the Eastern Conference Finals. Then the next year, the following year, they won the finals. So Joe Mazzulla, he's been a great head coach with the Boston Celtics. So it's very impressive that we held the Celtics to a season low and the lowest scoring game in the Mazzulla era. So shout out to everybody who played defense today, especially Jose Alvarado, who I'm going to talk about a lot, and not only him, Mohammad Diawara. Those two players, I got to give a lot of credit to. It was Jose Alvarado's first game as a New York Knick. This upcoming game versus the Indiana Pacers will be his first game at Madison Square Garden, playing for the New York Knicks. He went from being a kid watching New York Knicks, watching Carmelo Anthony hitting game winners, to putting on that Knicks uniform. Let that sink in. Now, let's talk about him, how he played today. So, obviously, you know his role, coming off the bench. It's been like that for the last few years. We had him in for a lot of defensive plays, and he started the game off. So I mentioned a few videos ago. We don't need him out there shooting maybe 15 shots, 20 shots, because we have him there for defense. But if he's hitting those threes, take as many shots as you want. Respectfully, take as many shots as you want. He hit 2 threes. He had a floater, a layup, and his presence, his defense, completely changed the game. This is one of the players want to show. Just look, he missed a wide open shot. And to make up for it, Brown wasn't paying attention. He just punched the ball out, stole the ball, and got an easy layup. That play right there was my favorite play of the game. That's one of them, my favorite play. Because I just love it when Jose Alvarado steals the ball. Unfortunately, he couldn't do his signature move. If you don't know what it is when he hides in the corner, when they're inbounding the ball, or the guy's just dribbling, not paying attention. He comes out of nowhere, steals it. Either he hits a 3 or he gets a layup. I love it when he does that. And the second he does that in Madison Square Garden, the crowd is going to go crazy. You have a Puerto Rican and a Dominican, both on the same team in New York City. You have no idea how crazy the Knicks fans are going to go. You have no idea. And Jose Alvarado, welcome to the New York Knicks. He's the perfect backup point guard that you could ever ask for. And to get him on a very cheap price is crazy. We need a guard that could go out there when Brunson's off the floor, because, he plays the entire first quarter. Well, Jose Alvarado, he actually came in, I'll say maybe late in the first quarter, maybe the final 2-3 minutes. Then he played a lot of the second quarter. We need a backup point guard besides Deuce, who is actually out until playoffs, if you don't know that. We need a backup point guard that can go out there, guard every team's best guard, and hold them. Don't let them score 20 points. The Celtics, they have a bunch of good guards. They got Jaylen Brown, who is an MVP, as one of the best MVPs right now. He's top 5 in scoring. And they got Derek White, who is a really good 3-point shooter, one of the best defensive players in the game right now. Who I believe he's leading the league in blocks as a guard. I may be wrong about that. And then you got Payton Pritchard, who just came off a really great year coming off the bench, 6th man of the year. As of right now, he is now coming off the bench after starting for most of the games this year. And we just need that type of player that can go out there and guard every team's best player. So it was great to have him out there. Now for the next player I want to talk about is Mohammad Diawara. Mohammad Diawara, 6'10 backup wing, coming out of France. So only 20 years old and drafted late in the second round. He played a huge role in today's win. So as a rookie, and you're going maybe somewhere late in the second, undrafted, you're pretty much not expected to play. You're pretty much expected to go to the G League, go develop, become a better player, and who knows, eventually you get playing time. For Mike Brown, this wasn't the case. When we signed Gershon Yabusale, he was supposed to be our backup wing coming off the bench, bringing a spark defensively, hitting a few threes. Obviously, that was not the case. He just couldn't find a role in our team, so we traded him to the Chicago Bulls. I wish nothing but the best for him. And then Mike Brown, he's seen something in Mohammad Diawara. He's seen something in him. He kept talking about him in the media saying, I want to give him minutes. I'm going to do whatever I can to give him minutes. When he first got minutes, it did not go well. I'll admit that. He airballed, turned the ball over. That's not how you want to start your game. But ever since that moment, he's shown nothing but improvement. His arms, I don't know his wingspan, but his arms are very long. He's really good defensively. Going into the draft, he got comparisons to Pascal Siakam, who, if you don't know, well, he didn't start great his rookie year. But he's now a top 25, top 30 NBA player. And I can see now why. Obviously, you can look at his stats. You see, he's averaging 2 points. Who is this random? Who's the 10-day contractor? Look at every Knicks game that he plays in, and you'll change your mind. In today's game, he had all his shots, 4 for 4, 2 threes, floater, a layup, and he had to guard one of the best players in the league right now, a front runner for MVP, he should be top 5 in MVP voting, Jaylen Brown. He is a Finals MVP. I forgot to mention that. The fact Mike Brown, he puts all his trust in a rookie who is only 20 years old, drafted very late in second, to go out there and guard an MVP and lock him down, play some great defense, shows you how good Mohammad Diawara is. He needs to develop a little more, I will say that. But with him getting minutes in crucial moments in the game, because in that moment, I don't know what the score was, but in that moment, they were starting to come back, I believe so. And Jaylen Brown, he can get hot. When he hits his shots, when he gets everything going, he's a really good basketball player. So Mohammad Diawara, his job was to stop Jaylen Brown. If you know Jaylen Brown, he likes to score in the paint. They could not hit threes at all this game, so they got their strongest players to go out there scoring in the paint, hit mid-ranges, because he was basically unstoppable in the paint. And Mohammad Diawara locked him down. Loose ball, and he got it. So I want people to realize who Mohammad Diawara is, because after this game, going to the playoffs, you're going to know his name. And especially next year. I don't want to think about next year yet. The season is far from over. It's not even All-Star break. But the future is bright for him. I believe he's on a 1-year deal, so we have to re-sign him. The future is very bright. He's only 20 years old, so just imagine how much better he's going to get. Just like Siakam, he came into the league very young. He wasn't getting any playing time. Eventually, he got some playing time. He was amazing on offense. He was scoring 20 points a game. He was getting better defensively. If he gets the minutes he's getting right now, going to the playoffs, going into next year, you're going to see a lot of similarities to Pascal Siakam. That's all I got to say for today's episode. I enjoyed Jose Alvarado's Knicks debut. Make sure to watch his Knicks debut at Madison Square Garden versus the Indiana Pacers, a team the Knicks have a rivalry since the Reggie Miller days, since 1990s, 1980s. This isn't good. I don't want this to be a close game. I don't want to say it's an easy win, because you never know. The NBA comes at you quick. You could lose to a 2-win team at any moment. So, Knicks fans, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's take it one game at a time. And until the season's over, where we stand, let's worry about the playoffs. This is Vigo Sports Talk here, host of Vigo Talks Knicks, and I'll see you next episode, Knicks fans. Peace.